Hello everybody. Looks like we're recording. It is May, I think it's like May 19th or 20th, roughly around there. And it just rained this morning. We had thunderstorms last night, pretty crazy. It's nice because we're in the drought. Anyway, I was just about to go and harvest strawberries, but I realized I haven't done an update, and our summer CSA is coming up, so I figured I would kind of tour around, show some of the things that we'll be having soon, things that are going on. And I had to let the chickens out right now. Come on. They can be slightly a pain in the butt some mornings because they like to eat all of our garden, like just our flowers and things, so I have to watch them for a bit and then get Koa over here to keep them in line. Usually she'll, I don't know if corral is the appropriate word, but she'll take the appropriate action to keep them away from the box, though right now she is running away through the fence. But anyway, things are going well, wrapping up our spring CSA with about 30 members, and our, if you want to call it, market up in El Portal, which is just on the outskirts of Yosemite National Park, pretty much the boundary line of the park. Yeah, and beginning to advertise for our new cob workshop, where we're going to build a cob greenhouse in the fall that we're going to actually try and make really airtight so that we can really crank, like, our idea, and hopefully is tomatoes into the winter, but we'll see. We'll definitely be doing greens, of course. But anyway, in here, I don't know if you can see right now in the cob house, since we don't have an appropriate drying area, we have layers upon layers upon layers of garlic. This garlic is the California early white. These ones are an heirloom, Eastern European variety. I think probably from Bulgaria somewhere. I think that's right. I might have to check my notes. And we still have more garlic out there, of all different flavors, colors, sizes. The gophers took out, I would say, close to 30% of our garlic this winter and spring, so we're doing pretty well with what we got left. The farm, as you can see, is doing really well. This little area in front of me is the squash mounds, pumpkin mounds, melon mounds. I would say close to 200, maybe even 200 mounds, just under a quarter of an acre, and we're using this delicious compost for our mounds and or a manure mix from a neighbor, and we actually are already producing summer squash. We had our first the other night for dinner. It's mostly the yellow zucchini that are cranking, but the plants are healthy. We do have this weird leaf thing going on, and I'm not sure if that's this is a new one that we're growing. This is called Gold Mine, so I don't know if it's just the leaf or if it's some kind of fusarium wilt or something that's in the soil that we might have to eradicate through flaming or fire. Yeah, we have lots of potatoes coming in now. My mother and my sister and several others help to plant a lot of these. Actually, I think these two rows, it's either these two rows or these two rows. It's been forever. There's three here, but two of these. We'll see. We have some cauliflower that's coming up. Looks like broccoli. Well, actually, these are broccolis. That's a broccoli. There's cauliflower mixed in here. I don't see it. But these are different broccolis that I'll be harvesting this week. And carrots here on my left. And there's some garlic that's gone. Our peas right here are dead. They're dying. They're at the end of their reign. We have these lovely giant sunflowers that, if any of you follow my workday Facebook posts, sometimes I come out here and I sit and I look at the flowers and watch all the insects crawling all over them. The whole purpose is they bring predatory insects into the farm, and I watch all the different predators on the flowers. It's a nice, I don't know if you call it break, but it's fun to watch. Let's just leave it at that. It is that time of the year. We've rolled up the hoop houses. Oh man, I'll deal with that later. Because it's getting hot, 90-degree temperatures. We've composted the hoop house here, and they're going to experiment with hoop house carrots and beans in these 2 rows to see if they indeed will grow in that kind of environment. I've never tried it, never read much on it, but we'll see. We got the hoop house here that's closed down at night still, just so these tomatoes and peppers, which have been growing for about 2 months and just picked up their pace. Some do have some tomatoes on them. Our lemon tree is finally picking up here, and our lime tree is coming back. They both took a hit this winter, as well as our avocado tree right here, which died all the way back to both of them actually. There's the other one. Died back this winter because it was just too cold, and this hoop house is not sealed 100, completely. It's got a lot of cracks, and just we don't have a way to heat them, and we're not going to try and use fuel or anything to heat them. So yeah, oh well. What are you gonna do? I don't know if you've all seen the shade house, but we've now got a intermediate zone where we bring plants out, where these are eggplants coming along. They just need some hotter days. Bok choy, more peppers, leeks, things like that, flowers. But we put them all out here just so once they come out of the hoop house, they can start to adjust to the regular weather, if you will, or climate. And this zone probably wasn't really going. They probably just made it or planted it last time, but we got our 3 rows of cucumbers right here, all different varieties. This is our herb row of dill and basil and cilantro and things like that. We have our tomatillo row here, and some okra, which is coming along. Still not quite hot enough for it, but it's holding in there. And then some onions and leeks and carrots in the middle there. And then this is a cauliflower called graffiti. It's bright purple. We'll see how that one does. And then everything else. Kale and strawberries and spinach, and we're doing interplanting of lettuce and tomatoes. So the tomatoes grow up in between these metal wires, and as they get large, they basically hang on the wires. We'll wind up padding them as necessary to make sure that right now I'm pulling off the suckers, the things that take energy. We want them to get to a certain height and then bush out. But yeah, basically we'll then shade out the lettuce in the summertime when it gets really warm, and allow us to continue to grow lettuce here. Now this is a total experiment. Read plenty on it. The theory is that they're companions and that they'll help each other grow. The tomatoes keep away different insects that like to feast on the lettuce, but they also will compete for resources. Water, nutrients, things like that, and light. So we'll see. Strawberries, which I'm about to pick right here, they're getting quite large. They are starting to send out their runners here, which we'll start to train and put where we want, and yeah, but they're also producing massive strawberries, quite large, and so you kind of have to pick them about this time of year every other day. A couple weeks ago it was every day, but because of the heat, they're moving slower and growing larger strawberries. Not quite sure why. And got our watermelons interplanted between our blackberries, our blueberries, and our raspberries. Now we're not going to collect blueberries or raspberries this year, but basically you allow the plants a year or two to completely just set good roots. If you're wondering why it looks like a bulldozer came through here, it's because I weeded yesterday and haven't yet picked up the weeds to give to the worms. I still have to do, you can see the difference. This walkway has not been weeded, so I'll do that today, and then it'll look like this. But yeah, so we'll ideally, ideally next year we'll get to those blueberries and raspberries and blackberries, but for this year they're just going to kind of hang tight and crank out on some root mass. We have, what do we have over here? I have to actually mow some of this grass down. We have some corn here. We're going to do very small rows of corn this year all over the property. This is a super sweet variety called X2. Sounds really appetizing, right? They are just a type that's sweeter than sweet corn, and has some resistance to a lot of different things. Not Monsanto. They are organic hybrids. We wouldn't put Monsanto crap on our land. Watch them come after me now that I just said that. So yeah, it's an experiment to see, and we have some popcorn and some other sweet varieties, blue corn, and a painted mountain decorative corn. Corn's really, I don't know, nutrient demanding, water and soil and things like that, and so it's not the best or most fun to grow, but we're doing it. Soybeans over here, and then we have another row of soybeans on the other end of the property. Sorry, I'm listening to the irrigation as I walk, checking for leaks, things like that. So far so good with the drought. We are on a very tight watering schedule, only about 10 minutes every day for each zone. We have 5 zones currently planted, equates to about 2¼ acre. So it's very little water. Not even, we're probably using only upwards of, you know, like the equivalent of a shower per person. So it's like 5 showers a day. Not great, but you know, it's pretty good for a farm. So anyway, yeah, things are good. We are moving right along and thoroughly enjoying ourselves and the time we have. Encourage everybody to come out and hang out and come play with myself or Lauren for the day or the week. Especially this week when she's gone in Maryland. I'll be all by myself tending to things, and yeah. But anywho, hope all's well with everybody out there. If you're interested in the summer CSA, give us a holler, and we'll get you on board. All right, talk to you later. Bye.